Teachers. There's something about them. No matter what they do, you just gotta love them. A teacher takes our hands, opens our minds, and touches our hearts. Thank you for being there when the skies are grey. For lending a year when we had things to say, and helping us in every other way. Life is a journey, and you have been a guiding light throughout. Best of me reminds me of you. Happy Teachers Day.
A good teacher should be patient and empathetic, always inspiring us to learn more. I wish to highlight my preceptor Wan Ping.
She has all the knowledge in the world, but she never belittles any simple question you ask her. And she's able to break down a very difficult topic and explain to you clearly until you understand it. To me, she's a wonderful, patient person and an exceptional teacher indeed.
One such clinician that I have in mind is Prof. Koh Nian Yue from Tan Tock Seng General Medicine. I got to know her when I was a Year 3 medical student, and I remember being really inspired by her right from our first tutorial. Another clinician that I would like to highlight is Mr. Terence Hui from Tan Tock Seng General Surgery. He actively listens to us house officers and considers our opinions in the patient's management.
I'm very glad and grateful to have many good teachers throughout the past 1.5 years. So this is especially all the faculty members who have given so much support to us. So Dr. Tan, who is like a father to all of us and never give up on us.
My personal favourite is Dr. Ong Chin Fang. She is down to earth, relational, and even sacrificed the family time to help us complete a certain project. That we are very appreciative of.
Sister Lei Hoon. She has inspired me since my student days. She has been approachable and goes the extra mile to provide the best learning experience possible. For that, I'm thankful. Thank you.
A teacher whom I want to highlight is my CI and also lecturer, Miss Audrey. I feel that she is an example of a good teacher because throughout my posting here in Tan Tock Seng, she has always been there to guide me whenever I have doubts.
My idea of a good teacher is somebody who is knowledgeable, who is approachable, and who has the ability to communicate his idea properly. I would like to highlight Dr. Alex Su, who has all the characteristics that I mentioned above.
My preceptor, Miss Anna Liu, has been the main factor in enriching my training experience.
It was a stressful, nerve-wracking, yet an enjoyable period of time when I first joined Tan Tock Seng Hospital as a registered nurse. Despite many tell-offs and juggling with my workload on top of adapting to my new role, I received many encouragements that spurred me on further. Thank you very much, Sister Yo, Sister Caroline, Mr. Lee, for everything.
In 2009, I was in the Child and Adolescent Psychiatry, and my supervisor is Dr. Lim Chung Wan. He was very busy at the time because he was going for HMDP and is also heavily involved in research and is also holding clinical responsibilities. And yet he always made the time to go for weekly tutorials, and he's very interested in my learning processes.
I guess one of my most memorable learning experience at Toa Polyclinic Pharmacy was when it was undergoing renovation. So at that point in time, my preceptor, Miss Anna Liu, was actually pregnant, but she still had to oversee the renovation as well as the operations of the pharmacy.
I would like to highlight Dr. Andine Tan. When I was doing my electives in 4th year, I remember that he actually tried to spend as much time as possible with us to get to know us better as individuals.
One of my best learning experience was in my general medicine posting. A lot of teaching and learning takes place during the ward rounds, and general medicine ward rounds with Dr. Sun Hui Chao was really enjoyable.
Throughout my pharmacist pre-registration year, my preceptor Kui King had been a great mentor, going the extra mile in guiding me to become a competent pharmacist and always being there when I am in need of any advice.
I felt that I was unable to handle this very difficult patient. So I went to call my nurse manager, and she went down to the ground level to help me out to settle this problem.
Some of the values I learned from my teachers are teach to learn, learn to do, and do to heal.
The two of the values that I learned from my teacher are caring and patience. Whenever we encounter any problem, we will look for her and confide to her.
I think one of the more important values that a teacher can have is humility. because knowledge has a propensity to puff up a person.
Mr. Yu Chun Singh, a spine consultant in orthopedic surgery in Tan Tock Seng Hospital, actually taught me the importance of identifying a sick patient early. We actually had this patient, an elderly Chinese gentleman who had undergone a thoracotomy. This then subsequently resulted in poor lung function, and he actually had an episode of type 2 respiratory failure in the ward where he was increasingly drowsy, and the only reason we were able to pick it up so early was because Mr. Yu saw him and immediately suggested that we refer to the appropriate people.
Sia Taji has always been reassuring towards a patient. She's also calm and collected during emergency.
Values I have learned from my teacher includes caring, how to provide extra caring, timely manner, understanding and teamwork.
A good clinical mentor is someone who helps me reflect, who teaches me how to think, someone who inspires me to be a better social worker, who believes in my ability, someone who teaches me to fish instead of giving me a fish.
Happy Teachers Day to you.
Happy
Teachers Day to you. Happy Teachers Day.
Happy Teachers Day.
Happy Teachers Day
to you.
A good tutor is someone who goes in.
Function because of that, and my consultant was able to allow me to all of the English is wrong in that, you know.
Happy Teachers Day.
Action.
My preceptor Kui King had been a great mentor, constantly guiding me in becoming a competent pharmacist. Sorry, I can't.
And I learned a lot from this procedure, such as maintaining patient's dignity. Yeah.
In my opinion, the hallmark of a teacher is one who transpires knowledge and skills and at the same time has the ability to inspire. Oh shucks, sorry, I forgot my line.
This kind of love transcends across 4 seasons. Although I have only been... Okay.
He should be a role model to his teachers. Sorry.
A good teacher should be empathetic.
No action.
Oh, from all the way. So I pause and I continue.
Happy Teachers Day, Happy Teachers Day, Happy Teachers Day to you.